Happy St. Patrick's Day. I got my green on. I wish you so much luck and a big pot of gold. Don't you wish it was that easy? You could just wish it to happen. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can save, if you're an average spender, up to $500 and start your own pot of gold. Hi, I'm Bonnie Overman. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope my channel will inspire you to lead a more productive, creative, and stylish life at any age, always on a budget. And in case you're wondering, I'll be 70 years old this year. And why do I say that? Because it's never too late or too early to learn good money habits. I want to take a moment and thank all my subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. I want to thank you for supporting my videos and my channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you might want to consider doing so you don't miss any of my lifestyle, DIY, and decor videos. Okay, before I get started on my 5 steps, I just want to say a disclaimer. I'm not a financial expert, and in no way am I telling you what to do with your money. I'm offering 5 steps that you can try, you can change however you want to change them, so you can start setting aside money. It's really important. And stay till number 5, because that is my most important tip that changed my whole life and got me on the right track with not spending too much money. And I am talking about an average person with average spending habits. So all of these things might not apply to you. Maybe you're doing some of these, but I hope I maybe give you some new ideas to think about. So let's start with number 1. Number 1 is, it's very important to sit down and figure out what's coming in and what's going out. What are your fixed expenses and what is your non-fixed expenses? Fixed expenses would be your mortgage, your rent, your car payment, your utilities, all of that. But I advise you to also take a look at that. If you're totally overextended in those categories, you might want to make some changes. I know car payments can drain your money so quickly. Anyway, it's just some food for thought. So that's number 1. You need to find out where everything's going and exactly how much, for tip number 2, you can put away every month right now. So if you figure, I can put away $50 a month or $500 a month or anything in between, and have it taken from your direct deposit into another account automatically every month. That way you're starting that little pot of gold. But when you're doing all of this, I highly recommend you only put your credit cards, you put them aside and only use them for emergencies, especially if you have credit card debt. Number 3, you might be saying, well, Bonnie, where am I going to get this money? We don't have any extra money at the end of the month. So I advise you and suggest that maybe you take a look. Let's take a look at everything we're spending outside the house on a daily or weekly basis. I'm talking about drinks and I'm talking about food. Okay, so how am I going to get to $500 a month? Well, let's talk about that. If you have a coffee habit where you go out, buy a coffee every single day, it's going to be averaging around $5. That comes to $100 a month if you do it 5 days a week. If you have somebody else in your family that's doing the same thing, that's another $100. That's $200 right there. That's like a low car payment, okay? It's just all these little nickel and dimes and dollars we spend every day add up in a month to a lot. So you can make your coffee at home, and it's for a fraction. I mean, for pennies every day. You can ice it, you can take it to work, you can drink it hot, reheat it. There's so many things you can do with that, with just buying coffee and maybe creamer and maybe sweetener, however you do it. Let's talk about, you might say, I don't have that coffee habit, but I do stop and get a soda and a big bag of chips every day. Well, those kind of snacks run around $3, which translates to about $60 a month. So now we're up to, if you do both those habits, $160. Let's talk about lunch. The ideal thing to do is to make a little extra at night and take that for lunch the next day. You can take a salad, you can take a half a chicken breast, add some egg or avocado to it, whatever, make a salad. There's lots of things you can do, or make a sandwich or whatever you have for lunch. That saves so much money. And take a soda if you have to have it. But I'm telling you, if you really want to save money, drink iced tea. It costs pennies. And I'm going to tell you the best way to make it. Get a large pitcher of filtered water I throw in about 6 tea bags, put it in my refrigerator. I don't brew it. I don't put it in the sun. That makes it bitter. When you cold brew the tea, it has a very nice mild taste to it, and I don't use any sweetener. That costs cents. Each glass is like pennies. So let's talk about how much lunch would be. I'm going to figure about $8. I mean, I know you can go to, some places and get a drink for $1 and a burrito for $1, but I don't think most people eat that. I think they eat 3 items, maybe a drink, a sandwich, and something else on the side. And I know if I go to my favorite burger place and get my protein wrapped burger with a side salad and a Diet Coke or diet drink, it's over $10. So I'm going to figure 8. So if you go to lunch every day, 5 days a week, that's another $160. Um, Dinners. Here's my biggest tip for you guys for make sure you eat at home the majority of the time. Now, I'm not suggesting that you never eat out. I used to go out once a week and have lunch with my friends from the office where I worked. But it's the everyday habit is what really adds up. And you can go out to dinner. But here's a tip that's going to help you. I finally realized the problem with buying protein, I don't care if it's hamburger, chicken, whatever you usually cook, and freezing it. When you get home, how are you going to defrost the dang thing and cook it? And no, it's too much. It's too much after working or even working in the house all day. It's too much. So I recommend that you buy your proteins, plan out your meals, buy your proteins, cook them, then freeze them. Then you're going to have ground turkey or ground beef already seasoned with onions. You can make spaghetti, you can make tacos, you can make sloppy joes. See what I'm saying? You have slices of barbecue chicken already cooked. You just take it out. And I also recommend frozen vegetables like broccoli and spinach and all that, and get the organic ones. I just put some sliced chicken and some frozen broccoli in a plate, put it in the microwave, and in 3 minutes, I've got dinner. It's just so much easier. I think that's why people eat out so much. So if you're a family of 4, it's going to be about $10 a person if you're ordering in or going out to eat. So that's $40 for the family, and that doesn't count tip and everything else. And I think people are eating out more than once or twice a month. So I figured about 4 times a month, people. Once a week, I think most people are eating. So I think the average family is probably eating out at least once a week. And that's 4 times a month. And that comes to another $160. We're at $480 right now, talking about drinks, snacks, lunches, and dinners. And again, I'm not saying you can't eat out, but it's this daily thing or once or twice a week, and it really, really adds up. Okay, that was tip number 3. Tip number 4 is, what are you spending every month? And I'm so guilty of this. Makeup, clothes, shoes, home decor, home goods. Oh God, I love it. Dollar Tree. I love it. Hobby Lobby. Don't get me started. In fact, I really recommend is you figure out a little allowance for yourself every month. I don't know how much that would be, if it's $20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or 100. And that's your kind of mad money. So you can go, but that's all you can spend, and you can kind of make a game out of it. So one other thing I want to tell you that's a really good idea too is to do a buying freeze. In October of 2019, I said, that's it, Bonnie. You don't need any more scrapbook paper. You don't need another top from Ross. You don't need another pair of booties or another eyeshadow box of eyeshadow when I never use them all. So look at all of those things. So we're at $480. I know most people spend at least $100 a month in that category. I know it. I see the people at Home Goods and Hobby Lobby with the full carts. So you could try that. Try it for a month or 2 or 3. We're just going to buy essentials. Let's use what we have. Let's get out that scrapbook paper and use what we have. Okay, I hope you waited till number 5. This is so important. This is my whole philosophy about money. Well, I actually have 2. One is work as long as you can and make as much as you can. But my main philosophy about money is don't spend everything you make. It's as simple as that. Let me explain. When you start out in your life, you might be not making very much money. You might be down here, and as time goes on, you get promotions, you learn new things, you go into different industries, and you make more money. Well, what I've always tried to do is As I made more money, I kept my spending below that. And what is this gap? That gap is savings, okay? Now, most people, as they make more money, increase their spending to go along with it. The nicer car, the bigger house, all of that. And why is it so important? I don't even care if you're a millionaire. If you're a millionaire and you're spending $2 million, you're in debt. Because when you spend more than what you make, that is all debt. That's credit card debt and the whole thing. I hope this video will help you rethink your philosophy on money and spending it and saving it. And I hope I gave you some good ideas. I hope I inspired you. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Start on your pot of gold. Bye.